Yeah, there's
No more than that, no more.
Okay.
How come the center should offer like, you know, some kind of a florico dances?
Cypress Park is florico, and I can advocate for that as I was also part of that. So it's just, maybe what is happening is that, what I'm seeing here is that the issue of, this is kind of off topic, but the resources that are available in the community, people are not as aware of it. So what do you guys think would be best to share information that our resources at? Because I know the library.
No, you know what it is? Let's look at 5 agencies, what they got to offer us.
Okay, so what
We're stuck with this now. We're going to get stuck. We need to look at 5 other agencies, see who's the best out there. I think that's fair to the community.
The reason why I had brought the housing people last
Up to 20 minutes from Art Pulido or public comment now?
Okay, you can public comment. So what happened was that the last meeting, we had brought the city housing person, that lady that said it. So they're the ones that are in charge of selecting. So that's what
Well,
I just want to make clear.
you know that, and I know that.
So,
The deal is.
First of all, is the city attorney maybe here?
No, they.
Should have with
The officer.
All right, so, myself, I have a vested interest in this community as well. I've been here a long time as well. And we were taken back about what happened to the community center. Yeah, and we were there, and we actually went to the city's sponsoring of why this happened. And the city was getting block grant money from the federal government to run some of these centers. The ones that were run by the city were supposed to be doing particular things, and not necessarily doing community things, but more educational and job-related things, that type of thing, not some of the other programs that were run. So the federal government pulled the funding, and those centers that were run by the city, by the city, were slated to be closed down. Okay. Now, given that's the situation, right now the only nonprofit that I know is the Central. They're waiting for January to be actually the one that runs the programs here. Okay. I asked them about what's going on with the front of the place, and needs to be mowed and cut and stuff. They can't do anything about it because they're, like you were saying, in limbo. Okay. They can't. They're not. No contracts have been signed. Nothing's been signed. They're getting that building supposedly as a building. They're going to have to pay for all the maintenance, the programming, and everything else that comes through. Unless they're willing to take from their budget in the Central and move it down here and take away from there and move all the resources in here, something's going to have to be done. Now, I'm not against a situation where it is to find different agencies or agencies to bid on it. That was Guillermo and myself and others went down there, and we went before the city during that time when they were explaining why the monies weren't there. And we asked them, why wasn't there a bidding process to go in there to begin with? That was way back then, before Art was involved in it.
I was involved before you.
You've been involved forever.
So you better hold on what you said about it, Marco. Don't speak for me. You're talking the wrong guy.
Okay, so anyway, that's the situation as it stands right now. Now, these 5 agencies, where did they pop up? I know that there's one that's being ran at the same thing with
there's one in El Sedano.
So can I have names of these agencies? So
you know what?
How are they selected? How do they come down? Is it before or after this whole scandal, as you would call it, started? That's what my question is.
It was a backdoor deal, man. That's what you guys got to understand.
The bullet came. That's what my concern is. That agencies are not selected based on the same thing as if they're accusing the essential ads, okay, and bid it into that way. Okay. That's my concern.
So, okay, I'm gonna have a couple of comments left, and then kind of try to see what our goals from here, so we can have like another plan. So it's just like not talk, just talk.
But the thing is that there is a timeline here that you have to be really aware of.
Yeah.
And that's
why the sooner we make this motion, the faster we can see 5 agencies.
Okay.
I think, I don't know, I live here in the community and I drive up and down Cypress. The one thing I've noticed is that it looks derelict. The grass is overgrowing, no one's taking care of the front. The handicap elevator thing is always in different positions. Sometimes it's up and then I'm driving by at midnight. place is closed, there's no one inside using that, it should be down on the ground. So that means no one is monitoring it and people are playing with it. So I'm a little bit worried that why has CD1 or El Centro sort of hold their money together just to make the place look presentable, a little respect to our community.
But then I can spend their money, that's what.
I know, but I mean, I'm just saying there's no respect because the place doesn't look good. It looks like someone's
I agree with
abandoned
you, I
it.
agree with you.
I agree with you too.
So I don't currently support it.
In fact, I spoke to them.
So,
Thank you,
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Just to make a comment in regards to this, I have been involved with Michael, who ran that center for the past 4 years. I have played Santa Claus for the community, for all the kids, through Michael. CD1 has provided tons of toys. Michael had Spanish classes, English classes, after-school programs, lunches, festivities. As Belen knows, whenever we had the Cinco de Mayo parade, Michael would offer the place for us to do receptions. So, in my experience in the neighborhood, and just for all you know, I've been here since 1963. Michael ran that place beautifully. All of the community people that were there used to get free turkeys, used to get Christmas presents, Cinco de Mayo, everything. Okay? And I know that Art and us when we found out that a deal had already been done, that Michael was going out and somebody from Central was coming in to replace the place. Nobody came, I was a member of the board at the time, and nobody came to ask us, or at least consult with us, what's best for our neighborhood.
You heard him, that's it right there. Thank you. There it is. There it is. He said it.
That's what this board is about.
Thank you.
Okay? Now, we went and we made stink. Not verbally, but we let it be known to the people that pull strings that we were not going to accept this just like that.
Thank you.
So somebody pulled back the strings, pulled off things, and like my colleague Marcus is talking about, we got to learn that 5 agencies were being interviewed, unbeknownst to us, not knowing our neighborhood, not being part of this community, to come in and take over. And we asked why. And all of a sudden, things have quiet. And that's what's been going on. Things are in limbo because we, representing this community, made it be known that we're not going to allow people just to come into the neighborhood and take over and blah, blah, blah. The point I want to make is this. Since this happened, what was it?
It's been a few months. It's been months we've been at it.
A couple of months, right?
I found out about it in October back then.
You were at that meeting.
All right, I'll rule Gil's office, that's why.
So I keep hearing from neighbors that this place is right now not really doing anything. That list that you read, my question to you is that what's coming? Or what's being offered?
oh no, that's what's currently happening
That's
right
happening
now.
right now.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, and I don't, there's English classes.
Very little, very little.
Yeah, I was just like sharing it.
All right, so in closing, I would like to recommend that board members, 1, 2, 5, visit the place, check it out, find out what's going on, and I agree that down the road, we should bring in CD1 and find out what's going to happen with our neighborhood.
Okay, so this is kind of what I'm thinking we can do is maybe draft up, your guys' opinion. So draft up a letter requesting a special meeting from this, from not only CD1 but the city, because I know it's part of the city too, like the mayor's office, to
Right.
kind of bring forth like more attention to this and kind of
Yeah, human
have
resource
special
center.
meetings.
And you know, I'll be very truthful. All that I said about that agency is facts. I will never say that on paper or tell you where to go find out the information. So it's not like, you know, I'm just blowing it out. No, it's fact. It's not a good agency.
Yeah,
Children's Hospital beat them out for that grant for $1 million.
So what would be the case is maybe in a special meeting, like not only having new agencies come in, but also giving El Centro del Pueblo also an opportunity to share their voice.
Yeah, but let's look at other agencies too, see what they got to offer.
Exactly, because I know I've gone to El Centro del Pueblo and I've seen what they've kind of done to Echo Park, so I kind of want to see what like their plan is and kind of seeing if even if other agencies are interested, like we don't even know.
Tell me where their action plan is. They never came to us, or nobody.
So it's kind of presenting what it is. Okay, so we're gonna go continue. So it wasn't a motion.
Yeah, but how soon you gonna have? Because you know, time's
No,
looking
well,
at
it's not a motion yet, so we haven't even voted
Okay.
yet. Okay.
Are you not going by the speaker first then?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
You did a speaker.
Okay, so yes, you can go ahead. Do you wanna?
Yeah. I'd like to see the 5 agencies that you're talking about. Do you have, are they the only ones that get the list of the 5 agencies?
Art, she's asking a question that you need to answer.
I'd like to see what the 5 agencies are, so I can look and see what these people represent, these organizations.
Yeah, you know, Susan, I mean, that's the best, fairest way, and I agree with Ruff 100% what he said right now. Because, you know what, they ran that down our throat and he walked away and went. So
I want to see what
we have a right to
so
see
I
5
can look-
agencies.
So I can look at those agencies.
I think Susan's got a point that maybe we should look into who are these 5 agencies.
Yeah.
And which ones are the best ones?
Hey, Ruff,
So that you can pick
Yeah,
one and support
Susan
one.
is right, if I may, back board, find out who these agencies are, what neighborhood they're from, what have they accomplished in their neighborhoods.
What do they do?
That's gonna support our neighborhood.
Track record, right?
we get the best agency to serve our people, bottom line.
The other thing I wanted to say was Michael's trying to get rid of.
Okay, so
Can I finish? You know,
Yeah,
this went on and on. I mean, no disrespect to you, but you know, I want a chance too.
Susan, I'm gonna get the list of the agencies. I mean, we talked Saturday, we had a good talk, similar to what we're talking now.
We would like to list ratings.
The other thing was that Michael, for a long time, tried to get rid of the school that was there because it wasn't a good school and it was a horrible teacher. And he wasn't able to do it. I guess the school, LAUSD, has really strict guidelines and he can get rid of them. But a new school, they told me may come in, or an online school, or something, maybe kids would learn online, and so instead of going to school. So that kind of program, I would really welcome that kind of program.
okay.
You know, but I'd like to see the 5, I'd like to see what they do. I think you guys should
3 years.
do that for
Running out of chip.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, Scotty.
Johnson, I'm here in the private citizen side, on my side, working really to direct the part of the state disclosure and the law for Mayor Sam. The fact here is that this process needs to go to an RFP process, request for proposals. Just in this room, for example, for the sake of disclosure, I work with Peter and his organization down at Woodville Park, where I'm stationed at during my work schedule. Okay? For example, if Aztec Right and his organization would like to present a proposal, they should have that right. Same thing with other organizations within this area. I can think of Pathway Home, after they put a proposal in for prevention and intervention program in their program. Hall and Back, please forget that they put in a proposal. Borrow Action, same, you have a lot of organizations out there that you have the opportunity to come here to the community and be vetted for what they can offer to the community. Now, for the record, Mr. Cedillo's been asked to come here now a couple times. If you go into his office holder, now, Rick Dennis said Figueroa at least once. Okay? Why is he not meeting with his constituents on this issue? I've known Art for a long time. He's known me since I was a little kid when my mom was having to take care of me in Ramona Gardens. And I've been personally involved to have
facility without any background, you get problems.
Do we have them now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Figueroa Vila, who's the executive director of El Centro del Pueblo, is also donating money to other council district elections. Now, I thought El Centro del Pueblo was a 501c3. Doesn't prevent her as an individual, but, donations also be curring favors for future contracts. That's the right of the community to go in there and ask these questions. What are you really getting here? The fact that the neighborhood council, I was on the electric neighborhood council too, last term. Your number one responsibility to neighborhood council is to listen to your community, engage them in outreach, and listen to their ideas on what should be the best done for this community. In this situation here, sadly, Mr. Cedillo, but not only in this situation, but other situations involving the South End of the Museum, involving issues with the McCormick Bowen Salazar complex over by the Gold Line Station, things that he said to the community at one point are not being followed through on. And it's up to this body, with the support of the community, to get the best you can for that facility. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still writing, sorry. I'm trying to draw up some sort of motion. I started off by saying the Greater Cypress Park Neighborhood Council is requesting a motion to write or make a formal request regarding the Cypress Park Community Center being operated by El Centro del Pueblo. Some of the concerns that we have is our community/stakeholders request a public forum or a meeting with CD1 to address.
And the city, and the mayor's office.
Yeah, we want the councilman especially there.
Yes.
Because answer to the stakeholders and voters.